Hello Gemini, so I'm doing your weekly reading for November 28th to December 5th. I'm going to take a look at what is going on in your situation. We'll find out why it's happening. We'll take a look at your blind spots. We'll figure out anything that's working for you. And of course, we'll look at how this is all likely going to play out as well. Okay, so you have got the quail and the gooseberry and anticipation. So waiting for something to happen, wondering, when is this going to happen? How is it going to happen? What's it going to look like? I do apologize as well. We've got a little bit of lag that's going on with OBS today. Don't quite know what's going on with it, but I mean, we'll have to work through it. Okay, so anticipation. I feel with this one that you're anticipating good news. You're waiting for some information that you can genuinely take action on. Okay, it kind of pulls up an image of like somebody maybe biting their nails here a little bit. You know, just really on the edge of their seat type energy with anticipation. Now, the gooseberries, they are loaded with thorns that are designed to protect the gooseberry actual berries. Okay, so there's a message here about protection. And the way that the quail will behave, they prefer to be quite low down to the ground. They like to go within bushes and things like that. They like to make sure that they've got bushes or shrubs above them, right? Because as long as the shrubs are above them, in their head they know, oh, okay, so a hawk can't get me here because it's not going to see me. The bush is keeping me hidden. So this is asking, are you keeping yourself hidden at this time, Gemini? Are you playing something small when I mean, it could be when you're feeling threatened, yes. I mean, are you? Again, possible. You might be feeling threatened because the quail energy, that one is constantly anticipating danger. So again, it's like you're anticipating danger, you're anticipating something going wrong, you're waiting for news and confirmation that everything's going to be okay, right? It's a little bit draining, I would say, because when you live in that sort of mindset for a long time, it can be really, really draining. Okay, so the message behind this one is saying, okay, Gemini, the situation or the outcome that you're anticipating, it is about to happen. And they're asking for you to take advantage of your knowledge, your foreknowledge, your foresight, so that can prepare you for whatever this is that is yet to come. Okay, so we'll find out more about exactly what the hell is going on there in a minute. I just need to pull the rest of your cards. Okay, strongest message, the mouse and the buttercup with innocence. So with that being number 0, that's connected to the Fool energy, okay. So you're anticipating starting something new. When can I start this? Can I start it at all? But you've got information here that is currently missing that you're waiting for. So you're waiting for confirmation. Okay, now it's time to go. Now it's time to get started. Or now you can finally do this thing that you've been waiting to do for ages, right? Okay, can you tell us more about this anticipation message for Gemini? It's almost like you're saying, I can't start this new thing until I know fully what's going on with the other thing first. The other thing that you got going on. Okay, what's this anticipation? It's kind of like waiting to see if you've passed. So imagine like you've recently sat your driver's test and you're waiting to hear if you've passed or failed. Do you know what I mean? Preferably you would have passed because you got plans coming up with people and you're supposed to be driving, right? It's kind of like that energy. I'm just trying to put an example to what I'm feeling that's going on here. Yeah, Five of Wands, Trials of Strength, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, exactly. And there's fun times. So my drive was full. I've literally just been cut off from the recording because the drive was full. I've made some space now. The problem is I don't know how far or at what point it got cut off at. So as I was saying, there's a subtle message here. The Five of Wands to the Ace of Wands equates to the Six of Wands, which is the Lord of Victory. You're anticipating a result coming through, right? Basically, what I was saying was you have passed, right? So if you're waiting for like exam or test results coming through, it means there is excellent news here because you have passed. Therefore, you can now follow through with the plans that you had, right? And start your new thing with this innocence fool type energy, okay? So yeah, that's where I was going with that before I rudely got cut off. It indicates to me that it's been a bit of a difficult journey, right? Possibly a difficult couple of weeks or maybe a difficult couple of months here. But you're really coming through super, super strong, Gemini, okay? So again, it's not necessarily about exams or tests, right? It could literally be about anything. It could be about job interviews, like literally take your pick. Take your pick. You're anticipating a result coming through any day now. And that result is going to be very, very good. It's going to be very, very positive, okay? Whatever it is specifically for you. Right, because obviously not all Geminis are on the exact same path right now. All right, not all Geminis are currently sitting exams, or not all Geminis are currently taking their driver's tests or whatever. Right, everyone's doing different things. It means whatever you're anticipating, it is going to happen. You are going to hear back. You are going to receive confirmation. You might not be expecting good news, and you should be expecting good news because you've pushed through. You have managed to succeed even when you were doubting yourself with that Five of Wands. Okay, this combination, Gemini, it's saying the struggle is over. Right? No more hardship, no more stress, no more worries. The struggle is over. Okay, so you've got what is that? The bat and the hellebore with intuition. Interesting. This is why this is happening. So the bats, they conjure up all feelings of fear, okay? More people are afraid of bats than are not afraid of bats. So it's saying that basically, Gemini, it's understandable why you would be fearful, okay? I also want to remind you as well that the bat energy, they symbolize the guardians of the night. I'm still lagging. I wonder what's going on. Very strange. Yeah, guardians of the night. The bats actually represent your dreams, your visions. It represents your subconscious, okay, and it could be subconscious fears as well. The bats, they basically show you how you can access your more mystical side, okay. And then this one, that's a really unusual flower. So it kind of looks like something's being poured out here. Interesting, because I feel that the combination of these messages, it's saying that you have to trust in what you're hearing, okay, because the bats heavily depend upon their hearing. They're not very good when it comes down to sight. So trust what you hear. That could be spiritual messages and spiritual guidance, with the mention of the subconscious energies. And of course, your own intuition, okay? I feel that your gut instincts are really taking the spotlight this week, Gemini, and that you have to trust in how you feel and, of course, your intuition. It kind of feels to me with this combination that you were afraid of celebrating too soon, even though your instincts and your intuition was telling you there's nothing to fear, okay? So, I mean, it could be a little bit of a lesson or a bit of a reminder about the importance of you listening to your own body, your own mind, okay, your own instincts. And then you've got the Two of Wands, and that one's coming out squiffy. So why is this happening? Because things were getting out of hand, Gemini, apparently. Things were getting out of hand. And I feel that it's your anxiety was getting out of hand. In all honesty, because that is you being redirected back to the essence of you. Okay, it sounds a bit woo, might be a little bit too spiritual for some, but you know what, that's okay, that's absolutely fine. Everyone's got their own opinions. I'm just telling you what the cards are saying and what the energy is saying, okay? Sometimes these reads are going to be super spiritual, and that's absolutely fine. It's a spiritual channel. But yeah, your anxiety was definitely getting out of hand, Gemini, and it was causing you a lot of problems, truth be told. Okay, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, it's time to get back on track, okay, Gemini? It's time for you to keep things real, to keep it realistic, to stay balanced, to stay in harmony, okay? You control your anxiety, not your anxiety controlling you, right? Okay, what's going on in your blind spot? The Crow and Dogwood with intelligence, yeah. With that being in your blind spot, again, I feel a lot of the problems that you've been facing has come down to, I'm just trying to fix my curtain there, has come down to you not trusting in yourself as much as what you should have been, okay? You doubting yourself a lot more than what is considered normal or reasonable, okay? So obviously crows are super intelligent, right? They are also associated with the power of foresight, and they can also use tools, right? So they learn really quickly. I think some of them can even speak, which is kind of spooky and also very cool. But you've underestimated, like you vastly underestimated your own abilities, which again is a little bit unusual because most of the time people tend to overestimate their own abilities, whereas you guys are sitting there massively underestimating your abilities. Do you know what I mean? So this is Spirit's way of trying to get you guys back on track, okay? And again, especially with it coming out in your blind spot, you don't give yourself enough credit at all for being hyper intelligent, problem solving as well. Again, consider how crows, how they behave, right? They're so incredible at solving problems, at looking at a puzzle and being able to figure it out really quite quickly. So this is saying, Gemini, you're going to be able to figure it out. You will. You can figure anything out. You will be able to figure this out. I also feel as well that there's a message here about how, because it kind of feels to me a little bit magician-esque, right? Just again with the mention of how crows can use tools, like instantly the image that conjured up in my mind was the magician. And I feel that this one's saying, Gemini, you do have all of the tools that you need at your disposal in order for you to fulfill your goals and in order for you to solve any problems that you're currently facing. Anything that is getting in your way, you're going to be able to bypass, okay? Because of that problem solving skill that you have. And I feel as well that this is asking for you to look within. And of course, you're not going to be able to look within if you're not trusting in your own abilities. And if you're not giving yourself enough credit where credit's due, then you're not going to be able to look within. Okay, it kind of feels like up until this moment you have kind of been your own worst enemy in a lot of ways, again because of that anxiety getting out of control. So Spirit's saying here, guys, you just need to relax. Like literally you just need to relax. Yeah, see the Empress coming out in your blind spot, right? Abundance, fertility, growth, health, harmony, creation, literally the card of creation, and it's in your blind spot. Very, very, very successful outcome here. So trust it, believe in it, believe in the process that you're currently going through. Okay, can you tell us more for what's going on in Gemini's blind spot, please? Ooh, okay. I don't particularly like it when the cards come out from the bottom of the deck, because sometimes it can indicate past energies, other times it can indicate tiredness and lethargy, and for you guys I'm feeling that tiredness. It is like you're exhausted right now, so it's no wonder you can't think straight, because you're friggin' exhausted. 8 of Wands in your blind spot, something's moving quick, something's taken off at an exponential rate here. Remember, the Empress is a card of victory, right? There is victory in some endeavor, and Spirit's telling you there's no limits to the growth or the success here. No limits to it at all. I feel that there's another message with that 8 of Wands. What's this 8 of Wands? Kind of like a warning against burning yourself out right before you hit something big. Okay? Similar to Scorpio's reading, actually. Yeah, you are being told to slow down. You might have strong scorpionic placements in your own chart, or you could be dealing with a Scorpio somewhere. But yeah, if so, then their reading is likely going to resonate for you as well, because they were being told to slow down before they got any kind of burnout. Okay, so yeah, same message here. Slow and steady wins the race. Things are going to take off quickly, but that doesn't mean to say that you have to exhaust yourself, right? I don't know if you can see that. Okay, what's working for you at this time? The Trout and the Lily at the Valley with purification. So what's going to work for you guys is for you to declutter. Get rid of anything and everything that you don't need, okay? That could be within your physical home. It could be stuff that's in your head. It could be grief in your heart, okay? Literally a whole combination of lots of different things, but it is time for you to purify your space, purify your energy, and that is going to be a fantastic way of moving forward with a sense of accomplishment. Okay. Because when we've cleared space, we find that we're able to tackle new things easier, okay? Because we're more focused. So yeah, both the Trout and the Lily of the Valley can actually symbolize return and restoration, okay? So wherever you see a lot of trout, it indicates that that there is a healthy and balanced ecosystem going on. And yeah, all the other animals can benefit from that too. So it's time for you to focus on building a healthy and balanced ecosystem within yourself, okay? Because everything that you do is affected by that. So yeah, purification is a requirement. I also feel as well that there is a message here about returning to a place of happiness and contentment. Okay, feeling very safe and protected as well. There's definitely an element of protection that's coming through. Gemini, your difficulties, they are easing up. Okay, the things that you have been struggling with, you're no longer going to be struggling with those things. This one is a promise of happiness being restored, okay? So now is going to be the optimum time for you to go in to a place of deep introspection, meditations, anything like that, okay? All of that can help you to purify your space and purify your energy. When it comes out in the position of what's working for you, you're being asked to simplify your life and declutter your life and your space, okay? So it's not just physical, it's internal as well. Right, can you tell us more about what is working for Gemini, please? Thank you. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. The decisions that you make right now, Gemini, are going to be, I want to say, paramount to your future longevity, right? The decisions that you make this week have got a lot more importance than perhaps you would have thought, right? So your decision making this week, it needs to be on point, and the only way you can do that is if you're best friends with you. At the moment, you're not your own best friend, and you need to be, okay? There's important decision making this week that is going to dictate the next couple of years of your life, okay? And with the Queen of Pentacles coming out in the upright position, it indicates a positive future, a positive outlook, because it's about abundance and, again, growth. It can indicate finances, right? Very healthy finances. A good business, if this is about your career or your business, something like that. Yeah, for some of you guys, it could well be very, very healthy flow of finances here that is definitely affected by the decisions that you make this week, right? So it's basically, this whole read is Spirit telling you guys, you got to clear your head. You have to clear your head. And the sooner you can do that, the better, because this is a really important week. Okay, how this is likely going to play out, I might butcher how you say this because I am ignorant about pronouncing this word. I think it's Cayman. I could be saying it wrong though, okay? So if I am saying Cayman wrong, then I can only apologise. Obviously I'm in the UK, so we don't have these creatures in this country. So yeah, I'm just not familiar with them. So the Cayman and the poppy and dreams, it basically indicates, right, we've got medicine, good for you, good for your heart, good for your soul, good for pain, right? I'm not allowed to say anything else. You know where it's going. It originally is medicinal, right? Good for pain. So how this is going to play out for you, the pain, it is going to subside, okay? Whether that be emotional or physical, again, take it as it resonates. There is medicine here. There is also your dreams being fulfilled in this card, okay? It's showing you that your results, the impossible made possible. That's the message behind that one. Okay, can you tell us more for Gemini about how this is likely going to play out for them? Oh, that was like a quarter of the deck. Okay. The Two of Cups, the Hangman, Knight of Swords, Four of Cups, the Page of Wands, Five of Pentacles, the World, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. Oosh, yeah. Oh, Gemini, you are not suffering fools gladly. Holy shit. Okay, so first of all, we've got you slowing things down, right? Now, you could be dealing with a specific other individual, like say partner, could be romantic, could be business, again, take it as it resonates. But we've got you taking a step back here from a specific relationship, partnership, or connection, right? You're just taking a step back because you need that time at the moment to put that energy into what you're doing and put that energy into yourself, right? So you're taking a bit of a breather. We've got somebody, I don't know who, it says somebody is demanding answers or an explanation from you, okay? Someone is, I want to say the word demanding. It does feel very demanding. It does feel very intrusive. And I feel that this is going to push your buttons a bit. Okay? They are going to push your buttons a bit. The Page of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. This is you trying to remain optimistic. This is you not being dragged back into the worry, into the negativity. You're not going to get dragged back into that Five of Pentacles place, which is you feeling somewhat inadequate, okay? Or less than, anything like that. You're not going to be dragged back into that place. The World, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. I feel that you're going to be giving. What is it they say? Give as good as you take. Yeah, that's that combination there. You're going to be giving as good as what you take. Literally. Defending yourself, standing up for yourself, refusing to, like I said, be in that Five of Pentacles, right? You're dropping some sort of burden here, and I'm saying dropping because it's right next to the World, which is completion. It's an end of a cycle, right? You're really taking a stand and making it obvious to a certain person or certain persons that you will no longer be dictated to. You will no longer be pushed around. You will no longer be degraded, right? You're not going to put up with it anymore. You're not going to be suffering any fool this week. And I feel that someone might get a little bit of a shock when you start speaking up and defending yourself, because I'm understanding that people aren't used to you speaking out. People are more used to you biting your tongue and carrying on regardless. And you're simply not doing that anymore. No, you're definitely not. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I love it. Independence. You're allowing that independent streak of yours to really take center stage. And it's very healthy, because Nine of Pentacles is a really healthy energy. It's a really healthy place to be in, because that's someone who doesn't need anyone else's permission or approval or validation, okay? That's someone who's got a very strong sense of self. It's someone who knows exactly what it is that they want, and they go out and successfully get what they want, okay? Healing messages, ascension. You're shifting from one reality to a higher vibrational reality. Okay, so yeah, you are course correcting. Some people call it shift in timelines, right? Time to soar to new heights, thrive in increase and take off, yeah. And you would have noticed as well that that one came out a little bit squiffy because lack of self-belief. That anxiety of yours, it needs to GTFO. Like, if your anxiety was a person standing in front of you, what would you do? What would you say to it? Right? Sacred Traveller, there is an upcoming opportunity for you to move or travel. Enjoy this new adventure, journey, movement and trip. Yeah, there's big shifts that's going on in your world at the moment, Gemini. And it's all valid. It's all for very good reasons. It all has a point or a purpose to it, okay? And apparently it's all part of your own ascension, right? I feel like things are being introduced to you this week that you perhaps might not have considered. So, for example, if you traditionally wouldn't associate yourself with an individual who is particularly spiritual, this week you might find yourself becoming more interested in spirituality and all that good stuff. Right, let's get you some messages from the universe. It kind of feels to me almost like you're a little flower that's being opened up here. What else for Gemini? Okay, if you pay close attention, you'll notice all of the doors that were once closed are opening up, just in different form. Things may not appear exactly as you had envisioned. Yeah, speaking of open mind, like literally you're being told to keep an open mind here. Be true to yourself in all ways. Do not... Be true to yourself in all ways. Not everyone will get you. They can only understand from their level of perception, and that's on them. No matter what people say, don't ever doubt your worth or the beauty that you hold within. Stand tall in your power. Nine of Pentacles energy, right? Not everybody's going to understand you, and that's fine. That's fine. They're on their own unique journey. And guess what? You're on your own unique journey. Not everybody is going to get it or understand it, right? But that's fine. They don't have to. They don't have to. Someday you'll forget all of the hurt and the many reasons why you cried and all of the shitty people who have done you wrong. You will realize that the secret to living freely is not revenge, but letting things go and allowing things to unfold in their own way and time. Okay? So this is you making the best of every single moment without carrying revenge or hurt in your heart. You've got to grab shit by the balls and have the courage to say, fuck this shit, and do whatever it is that you need to do. Yep. You little rebel, you. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.